Yo ma, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's episode of Pillar to Post, proudly powered by Pack Media as part of the Pig Athletic Club, coming to you from the pool room here at the Caxton Hotel, the home of Pillar to Post podcast, amongst many other shitty podcasts. I'm your host, Jaybor Staunton, and as per usual, best friend in the whole entire world, Big Fat Darc. How are you, mate?
Good, Jaybor. Good.
How you feeling after last weekend?
Good. I pulled the pin after the Battler's Ball because I knew the gap between the finishing of the ball, 3:30, 4 p.m., and the kicking off of the test at 8.
6:45 actually, so it wasn't too long.
Oh. Well, I fucking jetted out of there.
You got the hell out of there, mate. But, I mean, yeah, the Battler's Ball. Mate.
That was fun.
Couldn't have gone any fucking better. You couldn't script a better day. I mean, we raised over... I'm still getting a few donations coming in here and there. We've raised at least over $2,500 for TX Foundation.
There you
mate,
go.
we awarded, obviously, into the Hall of Fame. Cass Holland got held up at the QRU, but he came later on that afternoon.
Hunter Thomas accepted his award.
On his behalf.
And then Cass actually made it wearing a UQ Sevens jersey.
Yeah.
And Hunter then had to hand it over.
Yeah.
Begrudgingly.
He ended up coming, staying till midnight, chopping piss and having fun and all this sort of stuff. Matt Brandon also inducted. He made it a little bit late. A little bit jittery.
Late, and then I saw him in the window. I was like, "Oh, mate, come in." And he was kind of pointing at his mouth, and then onto the he had to quickly go and have a quick yak because I think he was 4 days old. I think Origin was Wednesday night. Who knows what he did Thursday night? Friday night was corporate
tens lunch.
Lunch. And then he comes straight for something the Saturday morning.
Morse code.
Yeah.
Bit jittery. Ryan Freeney rocked up dressed as Joe Exotic.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, he fucking rocks up with a tiger tattoo on his chest, despite the fact he's got a tiger tattoo on his arm already.
Yeah, he
didn't even fucking realise.
He went to all the effort to get a fake tiger tattoo on his arm so he could get in theme, and then he pulled the sleeve up. I'm like, what the fuck's that? He goes, oh, that's my full sleeve tiger tat. Oh. That's full battler, right?
That is full battler. And, Eli Pills was there to accept his trophy for Player of the Year.
I think
the trophy that had a BMX rider on it.
Wait.
Ryan Freeney had a woman stroking a horse. It was an equestrian.
Just the cheek of the horse.
Cass Holland had a guy playing golf.
Yep. What a shot. Who had the go-kart?
Brandon.
Matt Brandon.
Had a go-kart.
That's... Because, Jay, when's the last time anyone won a trophy that you get to take home, apart from maybe under 13s?
Well, that's it, right? So we thought we'd do that. And then Destiny Brill, our women's player of the year.
Where was she, Jay?
Wasn't able to attend.
Why is that?
It turns out she's 17 and graduated grade 12 the day before. No wonder I...
wouldn't be allowed into the CACO.
Yeah, no wonder I couldn't reach her.
Yeah,
her
she was probably in
off
school.
She was in school.
Right?
Yeah.
Put in one of those bags that you can't... Also, I remember when we were starting to get set up and stuff, and I was like, what's the commotion? And 2 waitresses came down and went to Sione and really panicked, and they were pointing and this and that, and I walked over and it's like, there's a half-naked man upstairs at the CACO. And Sione's like, oh, what? It's like, and one of them goes, his name is Toby. It's like, oh, God. So Toby had caught a cab or an Uber to the CACO, wearing his board shorts, wearing his shoes, but because we were giving him a shirt and he was told, don't wear a shirt because we're going to provide you with one, he tried to walk. He walked in. He got halfway into the Caxton without a shirt on.
And Ross Farquhar was not having a bar of
it.
This and he thought it was up here, not down in the charger.
So he was like, no, I'm just up here. And started walking.
No one upstairs. He's like, my shirt's upstairs. And they're like, there's no fucking up there.
They would have thought he's on so much crack. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm upstairs with my friends. They have my shirt.
Hairy, fucking sweaty dude.
Just really confidently walking around. Was he wearing a bucket hat too?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
Little hippie hat.
Anyway, he got in, unfortunately. And
And then, I mean, as we said, our pig de resistance, the battler of the year was between Nico Milosevic from East, club captain, Josh Clutterbuck from the Gallopers, and Simon Marley from Brothers, who eventually was crowned the winner as the inaugural Pillar to Post battler of the year, Simon Marley. So, man, it's hard to split those three because they're fucking battlers for all different reasons. Like, and again, we stipulate good battlers, you know, just the fucking absolute heroes of the fucking game. The guys you fucking love, like, you know, the guys that just show up to fucking footy every fucking weekend, chop piss, have fun, get around the boys and girls. Like, it's more than a game for them, you know, and it's hard. It was hard to split those three.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, Nico Milosevic rocked up with a 3-day-old tattoo that could have easily swayed the voting in his favour if it had happened sooner.
Right.
But it said Tiger for life, and then in 2020 had the huge Tigers logo, and then 6 from 6 underneath. It was minging. I think we put it on our socials. But that very easily could have swayed it. But yeah, I mean, Simon Marley. Look, you can't go past a bloke who's literally got the fucking Brothers tattoo
On his calf. Well, hold on. Is the calf or the shoulder or the delt? I'd say that. Yeah, I think you're right. If we'd known that Nico had that in pride of, because you can always hide your calf tat.
Yeah,
but your delt tat.
But
that's
then
harder.
again, tats on your legs are
if
hard
it is seen right, that it's amplified. Also, the story that Simon Marley told about, because I was like, oh mate, how'd you go after the grand final win for 6th grade? And he goes, oh mate, you know, obviously you'll turn the treble down or whatever. Oh mate, it was great. We did this. I pulled the pin pretty early at like 7 because I had a grand final that day. And he goes, but you know, I think next year I've made the decision. I'm just going to play 6th grade because I just love it. You know, so I go, oh. He goes, yeah, I made the decision about 20 minutes before kickoff for grand final.
For 5th grade.
Yeah. I go, oh, he goes, yeah, it was pretty rough. That's great when you're like, what am I doing?
So it wasn't a decision born on like enthusiasm or, you know, I just want to wind down the clock. It was like, fuck, playing on a Saturday is a pain in the ass when you're hungover.
Oh my, and it took him till then to actually figure it out.
Yeah.
But we and also when we who actually took home the Walsh Brothers art.
Hunter Thomas won it, but he gave it to Simon Marley's Mrs. Amanda.
That's right.
Because she wanted it. So it's actually
it.
sitting in my car as we speak.
Gotcha.
I've got to drop it off to him at Bracken Ridge on the way up to the Misso's place next time I head up there.
There you go. And also, when you did go to pick up the piece of artwork initially...
Oh, yeah.
You picked up another
award.
Medal.
Yeah. So, Walshy actually hooked us up.
Hooked us up.
At his warehouse, and he's just like, oh, you fucking give this to someone. And it was an old rowing medal for like the head of the regatta or some shit. Still in the wrapping. So we decided on the day, we're like, fuck, what can we do with this?
We're on the fly.
We just went, who's the oldest fucking battler here? And every year, whoever the oldest battler is that comes to the Battlers Ball wins themselves this medal. And this year, it was Nico Milosevic's dad, Bob, came along with his best mate, Serbian bloke called Steve Bogdanovic. So Steve got up fucking loving it.
He was loving it.
We picked him up and we were cheering him around wearing his medal, his rowing medal. And so moving forward, a new medal is the Steve Bogdanovic Memorial Medal for the oldest battler at the Battlers Ball.
Steve got into it.
They all got into it. Fucking Bob Milosevic was having a fucking whale of a time.
When I was doing my...
Kissing Tino on the lips.
Traditional.
Yeah, traditional Serbian
When I was doing my trivia, I think he was up during the Steven Seagal trivia, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think the winner or loser had to do the downpour, which is the Doritos mixed with the...
That was the Reds trivia.
That was Reds.
Yeah.
And I whispered in his ear, I go, mate, you don't actually have to drink any of this. And he goes, and he poured it in and started getting his fingers to try and pull some of the Doritos that had emulsified in there. I was like, mate, you don't have to do this. You're wearing a medal, mate. He was in. And then Scotty McMillan.
Stu McMillan. Well, Stu McMillan,
he was a hot...
He came second last in the next one, where he had to drink the juice out of a can of premium Primrose Skims premium hot dogs. And he still ate one, even though he technically won over Simon Marley.
That's right.
So Simon sculled it and Stu ate them. It was weird.
I was just like, what are you guys doing? Why?
I think he was just on a high, because he actually won himself that $500 Pack Tours voucher.
That's right.
And I think he was one of the OG Pack Tourists 4 years ago or so.
There you go.
So all comes full circle. But, I mean, look, at the end of the fucking day, you know, like, everyone I've spoken to that was there was just like, this was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And it couldn't have gone any fucking better, mate. Like, we raised a fucking ton of cash. We had a ton of fucking fun. Like, everyone was fucking having fun. And the best thing for mine as well is that, like, you know, we'd announce a winner, and because we're just sort of fucking just having fun with it all and shit, and, like, everybody was embracing the shit.
Yeah.
So it was like a live podcast. It's just fucking bullshit. But, you know, we'd announce someone and we'd take the piss out of them. Like I think I said about Matt Brandon. He's probably the fucking fattest rig to ever fucking slide into a fucking 10 jersey. And I'm like, Matt Brandon, everyone fucking banging in chairs and fucking hooting and hollering. And every time you announce someone, they're fucking flipping out and having, like, and this was like, how many were there? It's like 30 cunts?
36. And we're getting the proper photos of, like, presenting their trophy and, like, take a photo with the trophy and hold it up. As soon as they'd hold up their 9 centimetre tall trophy, like, with 2 hands, like as if you're hoisting up the Origin Shield. Everyone would cheer and just get it.
Oh, mate, and the live Darcy's mailbag was it was the first ever live interactive Darcy's mailbag.
Very interactive.
And it was a fucking perler.
And especially with the Reds trivia, I think I heard the answer Elton Flatley about 8 times, and I said, none of the answers are Elton Flatley.
The first answer ever given was Elton Flatley, and I convincingly said no. Yet you keep fucking saying Elton Flatley.
Say any other name but Elton Flatley.
Literally any other name would suffice right now. But, mate, absolute roaring success. And
good steak too, good schnitty.
Mate, the fucking feeds were fantastic.
I got mine and went, oh, shit.
I
hope no one else sees. And then I looked at everyone, oh, it's all the same.
Yeah. Freeney was like, dude, this is way better than when we fucking had it for our thing.
As I was getting those thin rumps, so he's like, oh, great, more Diane sauce.
Yeah.
That was good.
Mate. And it'll be awesome. Like, we were saying we might have the Battlers Brunch as the pre-season launch. So it'll be everyone gets linen moo-moos and bottomless mimosas.
We could just swan around.
Sick.
Go across the road.
But, mate, this is what it's fucking all about. Like, this is why we do this fucking podcast and do what we do. We get out to the footy clubs and have fun, because that was exactly why we do this shit. It was fucking fun. It was awesome to get around everyone. Like, you know, we're fucking celebrating. Like, fuck the fucking professional cunts, man. Like, the amateurs are fucking where it's at.
To be honest, I think it took Eli Pills about 45 minutes to start warming up, because I think he was on the end of the table going, what the fuck is happening, right? And I think Bob Milosevic was like, go on, mate, bring your chair down to me. He goes, oh, no.
Putting rums in front
of him. It's all good. And then 45 minutes in, I think he's like, oh, I get it.
Yeah. Oh, so this is what these fucking battles do.
Yeah.
I get it now.
I get it. I'm going to leave.
Sick. Well, I've got to go.
Well, okay, so when I was making my smoke bomb, my 37-week pregnant wife was picking me up from the car park. And I started walking towards the car, and I heard Simon Marley behind me going, oi, where are you going?
Oi, where are you going?
And I then had to quickly walk back to go get something. I didn't realise that he went up to hover in the window and have a quick word to my wife. I
was there as he was walking back over.
I walked to the car, I passed him going, no,
He started walking back over and he's like, mate, you've got to get the fuck out of here. She's 35 weeks pregnant. Can't get the fuck out of here. What are you doing?
You gotta
here
go.
still? You got to go, bro.
And then I jumped to the back seat. She was like, so I met your friend Simon. And I'm like, okay, hold on. When he says like, let's just go. It's like, that's Battlers though, right?
It was fucking... Mate, it was one of the best days I've ever fucking had.
That was a good one.
It was so much fucking fun, man.
That was good. Good excuse to wear some black tie t-shirt. No, good's a tuxedo t-shirt.
Yeah, so good, eh?
Like this, and Connor Whitley, he wore a full suit.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh. And I think he put it on over the top, and then eventually he went, fuck this. Took his shirt and tie off, and
I had to message everyone and just be like, because I saw Bob Milosevic bought 2 tickets, and I was like, fuck, I hope it's not fucking Milo's mum. So I like mentioned being like, just so you know, it's not actually a ball. It's just a piss up at a fucking pub, like. But then he brought Steve Bogdanovich, who was fucking best on ground.
correct.
So,
Second wife.
did you know Nico was telling me that his granddad's name is Slobodan Milosevic? Remember Slobodan Milosevic?
Yeah, I do. But
it wasn't him.
No, okay, it wasn't him. Is Slobodan like a normal
like
name?
John. Like Slobodan Milosevic is the John Smith of Serbia.
Get political here. Gorbachev was the one with the birthmark on his skull.
Yeah. Boris Yeltsin was
Yeltsin was the piss head. Maybe it was Slobodan. We don't know. What do you want to hear, mate? Green Beacon. Green Beacon believes that fresh is best. That's why they treat their beers like... We actually gave away...
3 slabs.
3 slabs.
Yeah.
Did they didn't actually know how much we were going to give away for charity?
3 huge pallets worth.
3 pallets.
Yeah. I called him yesterday. He wasn't too chuffed.
What?
The Green Beacon guy.
Yeah. Wait, it'd be fine. It's only 94 cartons. You'll be
As
right.
Pete Nelson's mum says. Fuck him.
Green Beacon doesn't pasteurize or any nasty preservatives. He's the best local suppliers and choosing passionate people to work with them. That's how Green Beacon makes good beer great. You find Green Beacon Australia-wide at any number of major retailers. Green Beacon, it's just beer as good as it can be.
Full stop.
Because they don't come in bottles.
Good stuff. All right. Up next, Argentina versus Wallabies. 15-all draw.
Yeah, you can sigh. I just did. But, fuck it. We didn't lose.
It's like kissing your sister.
Again? You got to put a breath mint in.
It was very scrappy by us. Like, we blew that game.
Oh, yeah. We did. But we had to be in it to blow it. I'm just trying to... I don't want you to get
For
down.
the podcast medium, sitting here in silence for both of us
No, I just don't want you to start spiraling. Because it could be quite easy. Okay, considering some of the people that we had on the park, right? We did okay.
Fuck off, cunt. That's fucking dumb shit talk.
All right, Simmons played like Simmons.
Mate, the funny thing is, you go on the forums and everything, and everyone's like, is it just me, or did Simmons actually play a good game of footy? I'm like, yeah, he actually played well, and that's saying something, because it's not like he fucking did anything crazy.
He just didn't do anything
The rest
bad.
of the team fucking sucked.
He didn't do anything that you'd go, oh, fucking Simmons.
Yeah, and he had a couple good runs and a couple good tackles and shit. But that's... Remember I told that story about that last game he played for the Reds before he moved to the Waratahs, and
you're like, that's what
he played the fucking house down, and we're like, you fucking son of a bitch. Like, he's like catching fucking balls and doing big runs and smashing blokes and catching balls on his shoelaces. We're like, you fucking son of a bitch.
Yep.
It was the same as this one. It's like, you son of a bitch. But like, I think the Wallabies are going to be all the better for that experience, because there was, like, we left 4 or 5 tries on the field.
Yep.
And not just, like they were building towards something good, and then it was scrappy, and, like at the end there with 15 seconds to go, and Jordan Pataya puts it on the toe, and, we're 40-odd metres out, and after the 80th minute, and as Cassidy Holland's saying, he's a fucking angry cunt. He's blowing up Deluxe because they're still working down the blind side 40 metres out trying to get the penalty. And he's like, just stay in the middle of the field and work the penalty.
Yep.
Just fucking bash, 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 bash.
Those big RGs won't be able to resist.
They're still trying to be cute and go down the fucking
little
blind
sneak
side.
attack. Like, don't worry, just
And
out in
it's
the
like,
open.
just get the fucking penalty or just play some fucking phases in midfield.
Do something.
So, like, fucking, yeah, man. Like, it was a shit game of footy.
Yep.
But, like, again, credit to the fucking Argies, man. It's what we said last week. You can expect the Wallabies to be down at the half and then probably win it.
The Argies to come out and belt them.
But, mate, the scrum. Like, the week before, the Argies were dussing the fucking All Blacks. And then on the weekend, we were looking fucking pretty good.
Yep.
But, again, I think, like, our back row, like our breakdown pressure is almost non-existent.
That's
like our breakdown pressure is on both sides of the ball is almost non-existent. I think, we had our handling and stuff like that again was scrappy and fucking shit, and just execution was off.
Yeah, well, we even talked about it last week, saying the RGs don't have a specific... It's not very intricate, their game. You just know what they've got. 4 or 5 big bodies. They're just going to use them. They're going to
bend the line, then play with a bit of width.
They're going to pinch your halfback. They're going to blow over, counter-ruck. They're going to bash you, and Sanchez will pick on that and just keep kicking. Like, everyone knows that. And you pick a team like they did last week. Like they did. And you're like, oh, we got kind of bullied off the ball. And now... our back row isn't big, and you're like, we knew all this. And then you take Tupou off after 6. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And like, oh god, and now they're going Harry Wilson. I don't think where's Scott Fardy? Like that kind of a big 8. You're like, well, hold on, like he's the only big, and he's not a big bopper, but he's the only big presence in that
the back
five,
row,
right? Like back 5, like.
You don't have a tough second row.
Correct.
You don't have another ball running 6.
Yeah, right. And it's like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want him to hit rucks? Because Hooper's... Wait.
Were those stats at the end I saw on Everything Rugby Worldwide or whatever it was, and it was Hooper's stats, and it was like
4
tackles.
1.
Yeah, and he's like, surely that's not for the whole game, right?
I don't
think it was. It couldn't have been.
Like, I saw that, I was like, oh, good one. Is this Batuta Advocate or who's doing the stats? Right.
Yeah, is this an Onion article?
How many chips did he eat, like, seagulling out there on the wing? 12. Like, that is... Because, like, tackles, like, 4 or 5 or something. Like, if that's...
That's not usually his MO. Usually he is a fucking tackle machine, too.
Correct.
And that could just be indicative of how the game went. Couldn't build phases in attack. Like, and just wasn't much... Like, it wasn't a very free-flowing game on both sides.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. There's not much else to fucking talk about, to be honest.
No.
No one really stood out for mine.
No.
Jake Gordon.
I don't know. Is that a him for Tate McDermott kind of a...
See, that would have been the game that Tate would have been fucking awesome to bring off the bench.
Big tight bodies that... Reece Hodge, he's not a 10. He's okay, but you know what I mean? He's not like...
He's not a game breaker at 10 there.
He's not a Quade Cooper.
Like in those dying stages, he was trying shit, but
He just doesn't have
bit.
got that stutter kind of a thing, which is, you know... yeah. But then, who would you put in there right now? Because... Lalesio or Luicio's a 10 or Simone?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucio doesn't have the confidence to...
He's still only like 21.
Yeah, and he'll get bashed. So, here's what it is. It's 2020, mate.
Good insight by us.
Oh, good insight. Oh, we didn't go too negative. That was all right.
Well, there was not too much to even just talk about, to be honest. So.
The best thing is that we're disappointed with the draw.
Yes.
Right? Like we actually we should be winning this and that, and hey, they beat the All Blacks last week, so
by default, we're the best team in the world.
Ipso facto, Wallaby captain. On top.
Speaking of the All Blacks, so this weekend, Argentina versus New Zealand. Argentina, pretty much, I think they've got new centres. They've got almost a new back three. Back row is all different pretty much. Oh, no, sorry. Facundo Issa comes in at 8. They've picked a lot of new guys in their side, so I don't know why they would have done that. I would have thought they'd fucking put their foot on the throat and just absolutely apply pressure, but Mario Ledesma seems to know what he's doing, you'd have to think, and maybe... I don't know. Mate, this is a team who, in 2 weeks, after no fucking football, have beaten the All Blacks and drawn with the Wallabies.
Yeah.
And
they've had no domestic rugby.
And you rotate people. But that might be it. It might be the fact that they haven't played any footy
that
busted. He's not risking playing them against the All Blacks, you know.
Oh, because
like to go All Blacks, Wallabies, All Blacks.
They might go, let's give these guys a go and see how they... But let's then concentrate on the Wallabies, you reckon?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But also just, they might be like, don't fucking die. Because that means in 4 weeks they've gone All Blacks, Wallabies, All Blacks, Wallabies. So,
yeah.
But either way, I mean, the Kiwis, look at their side.
Dane Coles is back in?
Yeah, Moody, Coles, Laulala, Barrett and Whitelock, Ioane, Kane and Artie Sarvea. What's up?
Where's Laulala from?
Nepo Laulala?
Yeah.
The Chiefs, isn't he?
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then Smith, Mwanga, Clark and Geordie Barrett on the wings, Goodhue, Leonard Brown, centres, Bowden Barrett, fullback. So clearly they're picking close to their fucking top side, but I mean at the end of the fucking day, like they're still going the Mwanga Barrett 10-15 option. You know.
All Blacks
that's pretty much their fucking top side.
Yeah,
I have to say, considering
All Blacks aren't taking this lightly.
No,
that's for sure.
Fuck, mate, they need a fucking win.
Big time. Mate. Look at some of those names and you're like, how the fuck? Yeah.
What do you reckon? It's in Newcastle again, which is sick.
Bloody Newey, mate.
Going off.
That's where
Bing Lee.
Yeah, and Yahoo Serious is from.
Yahoo Serious. I was talking about Yahoo Serious the other day.
I watched Young Einstein.
Young Einstein is one of my favourite movies growing up of all time.
Young Einstein, Reckless Kelly, and Mr. Accident. Never seen Mr. Accident though.
Neither. I just know Reckless Kelly and fucking...
remember when he, like,
is it Reckless Kelly where he puts the bin on his head?
Well, yeah, no, he's Ned Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with a motorbike and stuff.
Yeah. And then, Young Einstein, he's Albert Einstein from Tasmania.
From Tassie.
In the turn of the century, and he splits the atom brewing beer in his old man's shed.
Yeah, yeah, blows the shed up. Albert!
Yeah, and then he ends up...
in France, in Paris.
Creating the electric guitar.
Oh, yeah. We're called Rock and or Roll.
I love that movie.
Marie
so growing
Curie?
up, I used to go into the hairdresser and be like, I want to look like Young Einstein. And they're like, what? And so I think they just used to buzz cut my head and be like, there you go. I'm like, thank you. Thinking it was Young Einstein, which was fucking crazy hair. I don't think it was like that. And it wasn't red either.
No. Hey, you get that.
We can dream. Boy can dream. Have you watched Young Einstein recently?
That's what I'm saying. I watched it last week.
Fuck yeah. Is it still sick?
Yeah. It's grim, but
like
sick.
The kittens in the pie shit?
Yeah. In the mental institute.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to watch it.
Mate, it's good.
How the fuck did we get onto that?
I don't know.
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
It's
in Newcastle, this game.
Yahoo Serious.
Again, like, look at the Orton. I think maybe 3 weeks in a row, big games for the Argies to get up. Might be a bit too...
They should get smashed.
A bit too much for them. Like, But again, the first time they played, it should be, physically, RGs might try and give it to them, but the class towards the end should be the All Blacks. But didn't happen last time, but that's
the
what
All
should
Blacks
happen this time.
aura is just weird.
There's some infighting, right?
There is.
And some people are talking about, like, Graham Henry, like, who was that player? One player said that him and Graham Henry, like, they had a massive falling out, and that's why he wasn't in the team, and probably should have done some research. Something. Like, it's not all as rosy
as it seems.
Yeah.
Even when
they're still killing it. Yeah. Correct.
But you'd have to say that's any fucking professional arena. Like, it's a workplace at the end of the fucking day. You don't necessarily get along with all your workmates, but you can still work together.
But they normally don't let it come to the surface.
Like, I might work with someone and think he's a complete fuckwit, but you just get on with your job.
Yeah, you don't talk about Blanche like that, right?
Right.
You just don't. You're better than that.
Well, we do.
Yeah.
Let's not use Chips as an example. Because we literally just fucking sit on this podcast and bag him. There's literal video and audio proof of us just fucking ragging him.
Yeah, but fucking walk out, right? You got to go All Blacks. All Blacks 27.
3 tries, 4 tries.
Yeah.
Poor
hard, like. But then I think so. The Argies have rested 3 or 4 blokes.
Yeah.
Yep. I reckon All Blacks might pump them, but then they're going to save it up for the Wallabies.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. I agree with you on that. Bareback Biltong Das.
See a picture. I think it's actually the founder's birthday today or yesterday.
Dal Murphy. Is it really?
One of his mates put up a photo of him in his undies. Jeez, he was looking good back in the day.
Wasn't he?
Bareback Biltong is a love child of Dalla Murphy, one of Queensland Premier Rugby's favourite sons. Bareback Biltong is made from grass-fed, MSA-grade Aussie beef. The original and smoked chilli flavours are sure to get your taste buds firing. He actually donated
$150 party pack.
There we go.
Yeah, won by Mac G from Mighty West 3rd grade.
There it is. Bareback Biltong is delivered across Australia, and you can purchase yours at www.barebackbiltong.com.au.
Rock on. Now it's time for Kangaroo Court. Kangaroo Court. Hop, skip, jump, binter. Good
the Supreme Court.
What?
Fuck. I didn't think you'd point at me. We have got...
I think we've got plenty.
Kangaroo Court. James Crouch wants to... I think he wants to nominate TJ Perenara.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
For he did a Instagram or a Facebook post saying, he goes, "You'll stay on that same vibe. If you ain't with us now, don't be there later. Peace." And then he did a hashtag real ones only.
But didn't he ask, what was it, something in Kardashians or?
Oh yeah, sorry. He goes, all black or Kardashian.
So he's grilling him for being a basic bitch.
Going like, hey, don't be a hater. And like peace. And like
my tribe attracts my vibe. My vibe attracts my tribe. And shit.
Yeah.
Eat, pray, love.
Yeah. I think what he's asking, is there a place in that for footy? And why is TJ doing that? Oh, he's got them feels. Only cool vibes, though.
I can't really talk because I post borderline homoerotic shit on fucking Facebook all the time.
Borderline?
Like, there's photos of me, like, being, like, I posted down at Kira. I was laying there just in my budgies and wrote meat spin. You know meat spin, don't you?
No, I don't.
Meatspin.com. You go to it. You go to meats. I tried to post meatspin.com initially, and it deleted my comment, my caption, because you go to meatspin.com and it takes you to this web page, and it's just a close up. It's just a close up of like this dude fucking this other dude, and then the dude on top's dick is spinning, and it counts, and it just goes, you spin me right round, baby, right round. Like, it's just got that, and it has a thing that racks up how many times the dick spins around.
Okay, is it animated?
No, it's
that's actually, and they've got a perfect loop.
Yeah, they've just got like,
so
clearly
it's
it was
one loop,
and they've just looped it.
Spun it right round.
Yeah, and the meat spin.
Meat spin.
So go to meatspin. Should I just bring it up?
Meatspin.com. Adobe Flash Player is blocked. If
there's a lot going on down the bottom there, live sex cams.
You have to type in www. Meatspin.com.org.
I think that's it there, but it's
been pixelated.
Yeah.
Party's over, guys.
Damn the internet. Anyway.
But okay, but what is there a place for a All Black halfback to be sending out cool vibes? And don't be a hater.
Hey man, don't be a hater.
Right? Is this all linked with the whole All Black aura starting to crack?
Oh, because
don't be a hater. Precious. Like, oh, why is everyone being negative to it? Like the Wallaby. Simmons must be like, oh my god, I've been copping it for fucking years. Like, Rob, get out of my office for starters. Put some pants on.
How the hell did you get in here?
Where's Toby's shirt? What do you reckon?
Just play on, bro. It's a new age.
Oh, vibe out.
Plus, it's the All Blacks, so let them get some infighting and so on.
Gotcha.
We might pick up the dub.
Let the vibes be not cool. Wait.
So what do we reckon? Play on, man.
Yeah, man.
Play on, TJ.
Oi.
Keep playing, TJ.
Wait, just be the vibe.
You are the vibe, baby.
Hashtag only the real ones. Oh. So play on, TJ.
Pray, love. Yeah, play on, TJ.
Play on.
You do you, baby.
Shay is
Bombay Benji.
Cooper Whiteside for saying to everyone during off season, if West don't give him match payments, he's moving to Jeeps. Hasn't been seen at preseason training all week. And then emoji like, what? No one's bigger than the club.
There's a lot of comments on this, isn't there?
And then I don't know if...
Do we go through them all?
Oh, God. Oh, that's all linked to that.
Yeah. Just rip through them. Mitch Felsman wanted to nominate West Rugby Union for starting pre-season already. Says grow up.
The season finished 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks?
Yeah, 3-4 weeks ago. A little bit sooner for West Prem grade. Does that lessen the charge? Because they actually finished 3 weeks earlier, so they've been finished. They've been finished for over a month and a half, maybe 2 months now.
Maybe you've played some more finals then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, West have been off for like 3 months, haven't they?
So just a yellow card. Just take 10 minutes just to chill out for a bit. You don't need to be pre-seasoning right now, but you have... Because you didn't play a lot of footy this year.
West stopped playing good footy 4 months ago.
When the season started.
Just jokes. Okay, should pre-season for West have started already?
Nah. Red card.
Because, okay, yeah, I always used to wonder why we'd, like, start pre-season mid-November, have, like, 4 weeks where you're like, okay, getting fit, getting fried out in the sun and going, fuck. And then they go, all right, see you back in 3 or 4 weeks after Christmas and New Year's,
and all
where you're just
chop piss and smoke durries.
Hammering piss, just eating all that ham in that pillowcase.
Yeah.
And you're like, Mum, why is it in a pillowcase? Like, oh, that keeps it fresh. And you're like, this doesn't seem... This seems
back
like,
when you were younger, yes, when you didn't have a fucking fridge.
Back when you had like one of those just it had a mesh around just so that the ants and the flies couldn't get to
Yeah, you kept it in a
the
big
meat
crate
hanger.
of salt.
Yes. A moist pillowcase isn't it's delicious.
It was delicious 2 weeks ago.
And then, because you'd spend that 2 or 3 weeks just getting hammered. You go up to Noosa, you'd party at the groin for New Year's.
Yeah.
Get bashed up by some Noosa locals.
From Taunton.
Stay out of here. Locals only. And then you cry back to Mum. She feeds you some ham from a moist pillowcase.
Some moist pillowcase ham.
God. I think we should get some ham. And you just crushing pingers and stuff, and then you come January 8th, you do the weigh, and you're like, oh, God, what happened? And you're like, got to start again anyway. So, right?
Well, I think, next season doesn't start till late March, early April anyway, so I think it's going to be a nice... We're not starting up until the new year, I don't think, in third grade and so on, so...
I think we're starting out the Wednesday before our first game. So, it's a bit of a mixer.
Not even Pac-10s will be considered a training run because you're not going to play well.
No, you playing. So, mate, that's big red card in regards to training. Red card, you're getting 6 weeks. They come back in January. Yep.
Yes. Okay, red card. Okay, so what else was there? So just run through it all. So Shay says, I warned him saying Jaybor and BFD may kill him once they heard whispers of this. Are they a doggies faithfuls themselves? He replied with, I can't be killed. I'm above the law. I will kill them. Very Steven Seagal move. I think there needs to be a bigger punishment than murder, Your Honour. Do you want to read Narbo's?
Benny said, Shay, I overheard him saying this at the Caxton on several nights out. And kind of drunky, kind of a smiley face. Maybe a lifetime ban is in order to sort this drunk out once and for all. And
then Bronson Taakapulu says, cunt, I'm the difference, in quotation marks. That's what Cooper says. This has gone on far too long, Your Honour. He must be punished. Shay says, I don't know how he survived this long. Connor Anderson chimes in.
Remember while we were out this week, he said, enjoy it, quotes, enjoy it while you've still got me, boys. I'm heading to Yoku next year, end quote. Fucking outrageous behaviour. Well...
Even Dirty Jack chimes in and says, I 100% heard him say this.
God. Guilty, right? We've got
Tara McCasker tagged Mitch Felsman and said maybe brothers should be starting now, might help them make finals. And then Felsman goes, sounds like a Prem grade issue to me. Then Jai Johnson, we all know Jeeps don't pay backs. Hashtag Scrum Strong. Scrum Strong.
Scrum Strong.
Scrum Strong. Scrum Strong.
There's so much evidence and proof at what's been said.
Well, so Shay was arguing that he think there needs to be a bigger punishment than murder. What is there? Something involving anal beads and me.
Gotcha. Scrum time. Just anal beads and me. That was the name of your autobiography, wasn't it? Forwarded by Brendan Cannon.
It'll be written on my gravestone.
Yeah, anal beads and me. In quotes. I heard him say it. I was at the Caxton. Well, it just seems like a lot of evidence, right? Against Cooper.
Yeah.
Right, that he said it.
And knowing him,
because other people overheard him.
Villainous, vile sack of shit. Not really. He's actually one of the nicest. But that's it. Most psychopaths.
Gotcha.
Like a Dr. Werner Klopek, you think he's a nice guy, but he's actually a fucking psycho behind the scenes. You know? And they typically are. Oh, yeah, I'm a quiet guy. I train hard. I'm conscientious.
I waved to him.
You're fucked, cunt. You're a fucking psycho.
What do you do to him?
What's worse than murder?
A slow death. Maybe he should take up the mantle of Hunter Thomas to battle Herbie. To get some culture back in Premier Rugby.
Or he just has to... He gets handcuffed to a night on the piss with Hunter Thomas at the kennel.
Or he gets driven to training by Hunter every day.
Oh, there we go. No, he has to be mentored on all things business, rugby, relationships, love life, family, friends. He has to.
Yeah.
He has to have a 30-minute Zoom meeting every morning at 7 a.m.
He needs
with
a
Hunter
reset.
Thomas.
A reset.
And yes, he has to be driven to and from all appointments and rugby matches by Hunter Thomas. Essentially, he has to become Hunter's right-hand man.
And he has to become an apprentice with Jaybor P2Y Ltd.
Yes.
Yeah. Oof. Let's just kill him. That seems a bit much. Poor fella. He talked a bit of shit, Come on, guys.
I'll never say it again.
Yeah, he won't.
Yeah, you're not going to fucking Jeeps now, are you, Cooper?
Fucking hell.
And the thing is, if he goes to Jeeps,
He'll find you.
HT will find you. Because we know HT is pretty fond of getting on the piss with blokes from other clubs as well. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a club night.
How good's Ben Roy Sala posting that gif? Just somebody hit somebody.
Jai Johnson,
Yeah.
Simon Marley, Sam Marley, and their guest at John Marley's life membership celebration for Gold Coast Eagles.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, we don't really know. So Simon Marley and Sam Marley and their guest at John Marley's life membership.
celebration for Gold Coast Eagles. So the Marley's old, because I know they used to play at the Eagles, so the Marley's old man must be inducted as a life member at the Gold Coast Eagles. But it doesn't say what they did to get dragged before the court.
So something with their guest.
Should we just spitball ideas as to what we think it might have been? Again, probably involves anal beads.
I was about to say, maybe you brought that prostitute again.
What?
to the membership. Well, do you reckon Lee Schrecker would know, wouldn't he? You would have been down at the new club because isn't he new coach now?
When was this?
To be honest,
this just doesn't make
feel like
sense.
there's a lack of information here.
Yeah, Jai, can you please elaborate on that? Because we've only got
even if you lie,
it's
to be honest,
encouraged to lie.
The other guys probably maybe some of those
They
statements.
put a bit of fucking pepper on those eggs.
Yeah. Pep the eggs, mate. Give us some eggs. Right?
Just give us pepper at the very
no
fucking
saucepan.
least.
Yeah, fuck him. Right? Fuck both Marleys.
Right? No, they were actually the two winners of the trivia, or losers, or however you call it. It was Sam Marley that fucking polished off the downpour, and Bob was like...
That's right.
And Bob's like, yeah, fucking... And then fucking Simon was drinking the plum rose.
Oh.
The primrose... No, what was it? Plum rose premium skinless hot dogs.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yuck.
Yeah, real yuck.
Oh, I know.
And okay, when I was buying them, so across the road from where I live.
Did you get them from the old servo across the road or whatever?
Yeah, it's like this general
Convenience
store.
store.
Looks like a nuclear kind of like bomb shelter kind of thing. Like, so I grabbed the first can of them. I think the dust was still from 2 years ago from where I'd grabbed the previous can, and looked at the the sticker on the front of it. I'm like, oh, it's a bit washed out, this one. And then I moved it to the side, and the one behind it had more colour in it, and then the one behind, because the sun had like washed out all the... That's how old they were. I didn't fucking drink them.
So they're not just sitting in a shelf for a couple of years.
They're in
also
direct
in the sun.
sunlight in Bride, which was drunk.
Are you sure it is a general convenience store and not an actual bomb shelter that's been abandoned?
Or some tax
It's
fraud
like,
thing.
have you seen The Hills Have Eyes?
Yes. Oh, you got it up there to the left.
It's like, how much for these skinless hot dogs? And it's that cunt on the fucking wheelchair with the fucking huge head propped up at the back. It's like...
Is that when... And they have the camper van or something, and there's a baby in it?
Yeah, so the camper van, they shoot the tyres out, and then they kidnap the dad, and then as the bloke's walking into town and shit, to distract them so they can get into the camper van. They put the dad on a huge crucifix and fucking set him on fire. They all run out, and then one of the fucking munted dudes goes in, goes in and like rapes the woman, and then they come in and they're all fucking around, and it's and then he goes into town. So it was an old where they used to do the nuclear test facilities.
Oh, that's right.
And when he goes into, so they've got all the old towns set up, so they live in the old town, and there's like that dude that's like naked, fucked ass body with a huge fucking head that like sits over the back of his wheelchair, and he's like, ha 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 ha, and he like chops his fucking head off and shit, and then a huge cunt comes in and fucks with him too, and it's fucked.
That's one of those movies that you're like, okay, nah, not doing this. You know, it just gets that creepy. Because
I fucking love it.
You've got like creepiness, which you can handle. Then you got gore, which you can handle, and then you got whatever else you can handle. When there's some movies where you mix it all together and you're
it's
like,
just intense. Like Event Horizon, you seen that?
oh yeah,
So sick.
That's just like, yeah, some of that
Were we
psychological.
talking about Event Horizon on the podcast last week as well?
Yeah, Sam Neill.
Oh. What are we talking about?
Kangaroo Court. We need more information. We need a lot more. There's not a lot of rugby happening right now, so it's hard to fill in the.
But we still seem to talk for 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Just chatting.
Well, that's everything.
I think that's
so.
it.
Yeah,
It's
Jai
the con.
Johnson, send in more information.
More
I mean,
info.
we're more than happy to.
We're happy to.
We're
string
more
them
than
up.
happy to fucking rape and murder the Marley brothers, but we need to know why we're raping them,
Or any thin reason why.
or just give us something that we can work on,
Work with someone. Yeah.
and we'll make up an excuse from there.
Yeah. We'll take it from here.
Leave it with us.
Yeah.
Yum yum. There's nothing on Instagram. Oh no, there's two things on Instagram.
What do you got?
Oh no, that's in Darcy's mailbag. So that rounds out Kangaroo Court. Kangaroo Court. Hop, skip, jump into Kangaroo Court. Now it's time for Darcy's mailbag. Come all over his face, his heels and eyes.
There you go. Heels and eyes? Or heels?
Yeah, heel to toe. Come all over head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and come.
Face to heels. And eyes. At the end.
Face to heels have eyes. Come on my heels and
No.
eyes.
Come on, mate. My heels and eyes. Mate, just got one from Callum Hicks. Mike Tyson versus Jones Jr. What round does Mike put him in a body bag?
Mate, have you fucking seen Mike Tyson lately?
Okay,
Have you seen him?
I have. So he's not a vegan anymore. He was a vegan for a year or two, and he's not anymore. Okay.
That man eats a lot of beef.
Yeah, he does. He does now. Have you seen all the stipulations in their, like the fight contract kind of thing?
No.
So, allegedly, they are going to get tested for drugs.
What kind of drugs?
Like,
Because there's a good chance he's bagging roids.
big time, mate.
Mate, he's
like
55 or whatever it is.
and he went from like
And he
during the
looks-
Hangover. You're like, oh,
He
God.
looks bigger than he did when he was fucking
Yep.
the 18-year-old decimating world cunts.
Yep.
Like world champion cunts, mate.
Yeah, and apparently you're
Is
not.
it a legit fight too?
Oh, so there's like 8 2-minute rounds, which is shorter than normal. You've got
Yeah.
you can't.
Because how old's Roy Jones Jr. now? He'd be pushing 50.
Yeah, definitely. And he was in a different weight class as well, and
Yeah, he was.
so I don't think there's a. Because
Roy Jones Jr. is 51.
Mike's probably got like an aggression switch, which gets a bit faulty sometimes, as we've
Probably.
seen. And I think because you can tell when they're just like, oh, yeah, we're just gonna do a bit of a still
Fuck about.
spar, I'll tap you, you tap me, and like, Mike, and he'll just
Mike,
go
my
for it.
face.
Yeah.
You can't help but think that Mike Tyson's going to fucking bury him within 3 rounds.
This is happening Sunday, I think. So within 3, you reckon? If he just starts doing that machine gunning,
where he goes
just so,
whack, and then fucking comes up and just hooks.
What I'd like to see is Mike Tyson versus, remember David Tua?
Yeah.
This Samoan bloke that was like
from New Zealand,
5 foot and was like had no technique but would just go crack.
Yeah.
And then
Mark Hunt's fighting Paul Gallen as well, isn't he?
Is that this weekend?
Is that this weekend?
It's coming up, or it's one of those ones they just keep hyping, and you're like, what's going on? Okay, Mike Tyson, within 3. I don't think he'll knock him flat out. I think he'll like
December 16, Mark Hunt and Paul Gallen.
Gotcha.
You don't reckon he'll knock out Roy Jones Jr.?
Well, no, I don't reckon he'll flatten him out. I reckon he'll get like his whole brain will be knocking around in there, and he'll go, that'll do me. He'll pull the pin. You know what I mean? He's like, that's it. He'll get a little bit rocked, and he'll be like, no, this is fucking not worth it. Or the corner will throw in a towel, and Mike will be like, come here, fucking pussy.
He'll be like, hey, what's going on here?
What's going on?
Hey, what the hell? I just want to fight some fucking guys here, yeah?
Yeah.
Spinal.
I just want to lose some fight area.
I just want to fight some boys.
It won't go longer than 3 or 4. Because people start booing, right?
Yeah.
They're going to go fucking hit him.
And he'll be like, what's that?
What was that? Was it the... It was in Sydney, the darts competition in the middle of a footy, and everyone started throwing all their chairs.
What?
Remember seeing that?
No.
It was like hundreds of all those plastic foldable chairs just thrown in the middle of the...
At a darts comp. I've never been to a darts thing. I've heard it's fucking awesome.
Because, like, there's, like, no professional... Like, they drink pints. Well, like, there's no...
But apparently it's just a hell of a vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey.
180.
180. 93.
12.
So, yeah, Mike Tyson should smash it.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a couple more on Instagram for you.
Oh. Gotcha.
These ones are actually, like, I think pertain to rugby to some extent. We just got asked a boxing question.
Opinions on... From Liam Watt. Opinions on playing for a university club and don't/haven't attended. Bond breakers exempted, of course.
I've actually had grievances with this before. I mean, I hate UQ because I think they've got the shittest culture. They used to be fucking legends. Now, I've got it on several sources that it's all a bit different from guys both inside and outside the club, both current players and former.
Both with hair and 23 and without hair at 23.
Yeah.
Hey, cracked your code there, mate.
But, like, Klutzy's like, man, what the fuck is Conor Maroney doing at UQ, man? He's a fucking legend. And I'm like, what? And he's like the only fucking top bloke there. He fucking hates him. I mean, that aside, I've always fucking hated UQ because not only am I a doggy, but just because, like, I used to just piss and moan. I'm like, you don't have a fucking junior club, yet you're this mate. And that's why I fucking hate Sydney Uni too. They've just got all this fucking money, no fucking culture, pack of fucking cunts. As we said, you would have thought with all that money they could afford better blokes.
Right.
And... yeah, it just fucking tweaks me. It fucking tweaks me. I'm like now they're starting to get some junior clubs, which now fucking tweaks me as well because they're like the Taylor fucking Bridge fucking Red Heavies or whatever the fuck they call them and shit. Like, I don't know. It like it shouldn't.
Yeah.
But it fucking tweaks me.
No.
Like what? Like why? Like think about it this way. Like I can understand. Like Connor's dad played at uni. So I can understand that. And I think he goes there or whatever, right? But, like, why would you want to... like, where is the fucking... where does your fucking tribalism come from playing for University of Queensland Rugby Club if you're like a fucking chippy? It's like, what? It's like, what cunt? Like, it's literally meant to be for fucking shit-nosed... fucking toffee-nosed fucking student cunts. And it's like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it would be weird.
Yeah,
it would be weird. Like, why would you want to play at a club that's literally called the University of Queensland Rugby Club, and it's like you don't go to the University of Queensland or Sydney University.
It always used to grind my gears when finishing year 12, and like, oh, that's when you start talking about, oh, we're doing footy next year. And like, oh, these guys play for West, these guys play for Brothers, these guys used to play for Jeeps. And it's like, oh, I'm going to uni, and you're like, huh? Why? Like that used to, oh, it's a weak option, right?
Mate, it's fake tribalism.
There you go.
It's the NRC all over again. You are Club Rugby's Ballymore Tornadoes.
There you go.
They are the East Coast Aces of the Queensland Premier Rugby competition. Because it's like, I don't, like, yeah, now they're fucking doing it. But even then, they're like the Taylor Bridge Red Heavies or fucking Sand Snakes or whatever the fuck they call themselves. I don't know what they fucking call themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like this fabricated shit.
Yeah.
And in this day of a more semi-professional culture where, like, there's more of a fucking emphasis on people playing at clubs to fucking further their career more than to enjoy the game, does that fucking deaden it a little bit? I don't know. But I know a lot of fucking uni cunts who play fuck Premier Grade and Reserve Grade, and I think they're fucking Gibbs.
I don't support that statement.
And my brother's Reserve Grade coach there next year as well.
He was Colts 1 coach at uni. The start of the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And now they promoted him to Reserve Grade.
Moving through with these weak pricks, right? But no, it's good that you really cut through, didn't you? Fucking Gibbs.
Yeah.
Remember Gibbs and Chode? Remember?
Gieben. Punts.
Probably can't say anything more than that.
Yeah, I was thinking of a couple.
I could say, I might get in trouble during it. Yeah, you can't say that. You can't say that. Yeah, that is always an ongoing issue in regards to the whole. But what culture do you have, mate? You're in the uni, and like, A, if you don't go to UQ, and B, you didn't play juniors there. Like, what are you doing, mate? You're 19 and starting a. You don't have.
It's to further their career, and so when they lose, which they did a lot over grand final weekend.
Jesus.
Like, it's not. Fuck, we lost. Good season, boys. Let's chop piss and have fun because we're rad. Now they're like,
what are we even doing here?
We're like, oh my god, this is gonna set back my career past 6 months. Like, fuck, you suck, cunt. Because like, think of like, granted, this is when they were fucking pretty crap, like the late 2000s and shit. But like, even like, mate, guys like Bucky and fucking Chibber and fucking Punchy Purcell and fucking Tuffley, like, there were some fucking real pig cunts that were like sick footy players getting around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, where
are you? Where you at, boys?
All you see, and I quote, is a bunch of gimps.
Saw a bunch of Gibbs 10 years ago, but at least they were a bunch of Gibbs out in town having fun.
There you go, at Fridays.
Yeah.
With Herman Hunt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mate, from Keefe Agkamboa.
Oh, Keith Agkamboa.
Agkamboa.
Yeah, the Pig Athletic Club Supreme Leader.
Currently in
Supreme
PNG?
Leader. Yeah, I think he's in quarantine still.
Quarantine PNG.
He's got his deck set up in the hotel
He's been there
room.
for 6 months. Couple months more. Got to fumigate him.
He doesn't even know what COVID is.
I got the COVID. Have you seen a Vets player get ended? And would it be permissible under game on the line circumstances? Vets player, as in like Golden Oldies? Have you seen a Vets player get ended? And would it be permissible under game on the line?
So is he saying, like, when there's like the 50-year-olds or older and they wear the purple shorts and you're not allowed to tackle them? So he's saying, have you A, seen someone light one of them up
in Golden Oldies?
And B, if one of them if game is on the line, because you're not allowed to tackle them or anything, but if game is on the line and they're 5 metres out and get the ball, would you just fucking delete the cunt?
It's like, so this has always been something that has worried me about the goal. Are they called golden oldies still?
Yeah, I think so. Over 35.
Over 35s, right? Because you've got the guys that are 35, 36, 37, 38 who are still athletic kind of thing and they can still do some damage. But the issue is you're sharing a field with a 60, 65, 70-year-old bloke and heat of the battle, if you want, you know what I mean? And like, where do you... Sometimes I can't... Yeah. I don't know.
Well, there has actually been something similar. I remember a couple of years ago. So Connor Whelan, who was actually at the Battlers Ball on the weekend. So Connor shot to fame last year because of the documentary his brother made on him. Right. He was the man in the red jersey or the man in the pink jersey or whatever it is. So he wears a different coloured jersey. That
was on Australian Story?
I think his brother just made it. I'm not too sure. But he wears a different coloured jersey just because he is autistic and, you know, it's just
loves
to get him
rugby,
into the game and stuff, right? And it just goes, go easy on it. You can sort of grab him, tackle him and bring him to the ground and all this sort of stuff.
Just grab him, 1, 2, 3, down you go, a bit of a ruck.
And I think we were up 80-0 or something a couple of years ago. And
hold on. Are you going to tell your truth or the actual truth?
Well, Anthony, was it?
We went on. I'm going to tell you what actually happened, right, Jay, for the podcast. So before the game, when you do your little coin flip to see who kicks off or whatever, the ref had a word to you and to the other captain, and the other captain, I think it was his brother, was like, just Jay, can you just tell the lads, there's a bloke out there in a red jersey, his name's Connor, have to take it easy on him. So remember that red jersey, don't tackle. And you're like, yep, I'll pass it on. And before the game, you just start yelling at everyone, as you do. Fucking get it, fucking. Anyway, kick off. I was actually standing next to Anthony, who's a lovely guy. He's a very thick set, Samoan bloke, built like a cannonball, tackles like a cannonball. I was outside him. And I noticed the halfback passed it to the 10, and the 10 kind of handed it off to this bloke in this bright red jersey. And as he started running up, I was going, hold on, whoa. And Anthony just flew and just absolutely fucking folded him in half. And I was over the top going, whoa, what happened? And all the uni blokes blew up, going, "Hey boys," and like pointing at us, going, "Fucking, like you shouldn't have done this, that." And we're like, "What? What are you talking about?" And Jay, you come trotting over, going, "Huh?" It's like, the red jersey. He goes, "Oh yeah. I was meant to." And Anthony did not take it well. Like I think he didn't really enjoy playing rugby after that. To be actually honest. Anyway.
So you say it's Connor's fault?
Connor's fault. Wash your jersey, mate. Right?
I remember that so different.
Do you? Oh. It's funny though.
I remember it similar to that.
Not as bad?
I did forget the bit.
Tell your players?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember being like, yeah, we played them earlier this year, but it's Black Dogs. And, like, we get, like, fucking 10 cunts to some games and 30 to another. And we're all like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, sweet. Because I remember being like, yeah, no, we played it before. It's all good. Obviously, Ant wasn't there for the first game.
No, he obviously wasn't. Bit of a blow-in.
But he's just like, do it. And everyone's like, whoa. I was like, what?
What was I meant to... Oh, yeah. Meant to put the washing on the line. Oh, and the red jersey.
Did I forget something? Oh, my leg. Oh.
Oh, God. Anyway, that's football. So,
yeah, I reckon you should be able to smash anyone.
Anyone.
Especially the 80-year-olds. So, no. Well, I mean, look, if game is on the line, oh, fuck yeah, smash that geriatric.
Because
break a hip, baby.
Isn't it like silver shorts? Literally, if you can get the ball into their hand and they don't have a heart attack, by the time they get over
yeah.
try
Because
time,
you're not allowed to
baby,
touch them.
they have 10 metres or something.
Something like that.
And so if they don't have a heart attack by the time they get over the line, at the try, baby.
Try time, baby.
Or you just go in there, hip and shoulder him.
You dive at his ankles.
Yep.
Grass cat like flower finger.
Come on his heels to eyes. And that's footy, baby. What is happening? That sun is hitting me in the eyes.
All right, that rounds out Darcy's mailbag. Covered in cum from heel to toe. To face.
Yep.
To eyes. Keys HR, everybody. KeysLabourHire.com. Silica fit testing. Respirator fit testing. White card training. If you need some labourers and shit like that. Who's worked for them before? Cassie Holland, Crystal Garrard, Nick Rogorski, Chips Blanche, you,
Yep.
me. I'm probably going to start doing a bit of work in them next year. Just fucking keep myself busy.
Labouring or
Yeah,
in the smoko shed?
both.
Yeah.
Someone's got to someone's got to man the shed.
50-50.
Yeah. But yeah, no, these guys are the fucking tits, mate. So Keys is a fucking legend too.
He is.
But yeah. So head to it's like keyslabourhire.com.au or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and go through them. It's good stuff. All right, so now it's time for this week's 2 of 15. So we've got what 2 more episodes after this, but the last one is going to be a nice short one. It's just going to be a nice little recap of the year that was 2020.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 more 2 of 15s to do, and we wanted to do one that we really wanted to do all year and all this sort of stuff, and it was the wrestlers. But there is just so much to go through.
It was too hard. And
it was hard for you, wasn't it, Big Fat Darc?
I compiled a list of... I split it into props, hookers, and
even then it was very extensive.
I didn't... Originally...
You've even missed out a fair few.
Yeah, because I was like... That was me culling. And so I was then... And then, Jay, you were like, oh, just pick 2 teams and we'll pick... And I go, I can't cut any of these guys.
So
who am I going to cut?
Essentially what you've done is you've selected...
I gave you a big squad.
It's essentially like running off the back of the possibles versus probables. North versus South Island earlier this year in the New Zealand competition. We decided, I mean, the Wallabies did it last year before the World Cup, do a possibles versus probables. So you were the selector. I was the coach. So you selected the 2 squads.
Yep.
I was the coach that put them into their respective sides.
Yep.
This week we're going to do the possibles. Next week we'll do the probables. We're going to match them up against each other. We're going to then select our final wrestler 2 of 15 after that. It's going to go to the common vote because we obviously can't... we obviously can't fucking split it.
Yeah.
So we thought we'll bring you the World Wrestling Superstar 2 of 15 possibles, starting with Rikishi.
I didn't do much info on some of the players, but some of them, like Rikishi, I did. See, his peak weight was 193 kilos.
Big boy. He was of Samoan descent. Yeah.
Yep, Samoan. Rikishi, in Japanese, is the slang for sumo.
Oh, bullshit.
He was a true, he embraced the sumo culture so much that under that loincloth, he refused to wear anything. He literally, there's nothing under there.
How does their wiener stay in?
Mate. It's just gravity, mate. And then, because he was in a tag team with another bloke who wore bike pants underneath it, and he goes, oh, I don't like that. And Vince didn't like it either. I think that could be all the... Oh!
What was his finishing move called? The stinky face.
The stink face.
The stink face.
Where
which
he
is
would...
that there.
Okay, imagine The Rock looking back now at his career and going, remember when I was getting stink faced by Rikishi after a 13-hour flight
as a 20-year-old
and a Royal Rumble? Oh, I hate the old stink face, and they'd be like, oh, then they get knocked out. Oi.
So that's
P.S.
why he's
This is all
prop,
real.
because
Oh,
if any
prop.
second rower worth their fucking salt would know, you'll cop and stink face every time you
Stink
pack it
face.
down in the fucking scrum.
That'll just make you stronger. Or angrier. Mate, Rikishi. Good one.
Rikishi. All right, at hooker, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, mate. We have a pool of hookers, right?
Yeah, we do.
Real battle-hardened. And I don't think there's anyone more battle-hardened than... Have you seen him try and move his neck and stuff?
It doesn't.
He's got he's built like Tito Ortiz.
Yes.
I mean, who used to be married to Jenna Jameson.
Jenna Jameson, yeah.
Let that sink in. Anyway, Kurt Angle, gold medalist.
At the
in
Olympics for wrestling,
Olympics.
yep.
His neck is fucking ruined. He'd be more of the, like, battle-hardened kind of hooker.
Yes.
Maybe phasing out.
Well, this is why
But-
I've selected this side with combinations in
Yeah,
mind.
correct. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
because as you said, you picked the 4 props, and you actually picked 6 hookers.
I know, mate.
So
That's why I'm like, I can't do that. I literally went, I can't do this, Jay.
So I can explain the selections from a selection point of view, but obviously you're the talent scout.
Yeah, yeah.
You see what is in there, and any good hooker
These
worth
all-
his salt can't move his neck.
These are all my babies, right?
That's it, right?
I can't get rid of
At
it.
the end of the day, any hooker that knows what he's fucking doing doesn't need a neck.
Yeah.
So Kurt Angle right up there, but
Right
also,
up there.
but yeah, I mean, like, when you look at the props they've got in this possible side, he's that old school fucking smaller,
Yeah.
nuggety hooker that's
Yeah.
gonna fucking have a bigger motor.
Like maybe Keith Wood. Who
Yeah.
would? Keith Wood.
Hey Keith, the raging potato.
It's me, Keith Wood.
But yeah, Kurt Angle, mate,
Yeah.
he is built like a hooker,
Right, and
And,
he-
the niggle on the ground
Oh.
would be huge.
Although, now that I'm talking about
What
it...
was the thing? He used to get him in a foot lock, didn't he?
Yeah.
The angle lock.
Ankle lock or something. He used to like... Kirk Hawkins will figure... I actually did send this to Hawko. He had some things that he wanted to talk to... Because Kirk Hawkins' dad was the president of West Rugby Club
Oh yeah.
for like 10 years or something. And one pre-season training for Prems.
He got Kurt Angle to come down.
No. Like, better. He came down and was like, all right, guys, going to teach you guys a little bit about wrestling. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What?
Down your hands and knees, do this. You pull the back of the head and you twist this. I'm like, what the fuck? And Mr. Hawkins is like a tall kind of rangy kind of guy. I'm like, why is he? These pivot points, this and that. He's flipping around. He goes, yeah, the dragon knows how it's done. Now, Mr. Hawkins was in a amateur Australian wrestling federation, and his name was the Dragon.
Fuck yes.
So for Hawko's wedding, when Time of Your Life from the Dirty Dancing soundtrack popped on, we started chanting Dragon, Dragon, and he's an accountant, and I was like, oh boys, I'm not going to do that. And he turned away and he walked like 5 steps away. We're all like, Dragon, Dragon, like as in, I had, and he goes, he turns around, just starts running towards us. We lift him up like Dragon. That's wrestling. That's real wrestling, right?
That is wrestling. Why isn't the dragon in here?
Fuck, mate. Can't have more, mate.
It's true, you can't.
That's true.
Dragon.
Mate, it was so
How
good.
good's the name Dragon, man?
Kirk loves it too.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's good. So, hooker, Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
At tight head prop,
Big Andre.
Big Andre.
However tall he was, 7 foot. Fuck, he's a big boy.
He is, and the good thing about Andre the Giant, he's the people's champion.
Correct.
So he would take that mantle as being the player everybody fucking loves.
Yeah.
You know, he is the people's champion. I was going to use a photo of him where all these kids were slapping him on the back and shit, and I was just like, apparently he was just a fucking top bloke.
Probably not the most dynamic around the park, though.
No.
Let's be honest. So, whoever might be up against him in probables, I don't know whether they've got a smaller frame, but you don't get bigger than Big Andre.
Yeah.
So his peak was 70s, late 70s, and then
Early 80s.
early to
probably,
mid
yeah.
mid 80s is when you'll see him probably later on the list. The Randy Savage and the blokes that are just
Oh,
to the gills,
roided,
mate.
Roided
And-
up hard.
And this guy, and
Chips was at my place as I was doing the slides, and I was like, bro, wrestlers from the 80s
Like-
were shameless.
they
Shameless.
imagine
Like,
that.
at least now you look at, like, Randy Orton or Triple H, whatever, and they
It was a balancing.
they look like fucking guys like, yeah, Macho Man, Randy Savage, fucking the
Ultimate
Ultimate
Warrior.
Lex Luger.
mate,
They were just
mate,
fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
And you're like, my
Mate,
fucking
big time.
God, cunt, that is so intense.
So, okay.
Whereas he was just fucking pure giant, mate.
Yeah, but only because his pituitary gland had
Pituitary gland.
been,
He
had
had,
been fucking tweaked.
yeah.
So he's like, "Oh, why are you all doing steroids? You don't need to do them." It's like, "Well, hold on, mate. God's
None of us
fucking
have a
twisted your tap,
yeah.
mate." And he goes, "Oh, you shouldn't
Yeah.
need to do it. Just go
The
natural.
the handle broke off the tap of the pituitary gland
Right.
on Andre the Giant.
Change the washer."
And he's
It's
like, oh, shit. And God just went, oh, fuck it.
keep tipping it in. I don't have time. I don't have time. But no, he's one of those big blokes that prop. Been around for a while.
Big experience.
Yep.
Maybe not be the best scrummager technique-wise, but he's big and strong.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what you get with him.
Lean in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Oz Durant in the second row.
China.
China's featured previously in something, hasn't she?
I think she has.
I don't know what it was. Oh, it was the women.
Oh, women's 15.
Yeah.
Yep.
But she is just a fucking beast, mate.
Beast. Good at second row. Good choice. He's got to mention the porno. You can mention it. I don't want to mention it. You mention it.
You just did.
She did a porno? Oh, my God. She did too.
You literally just mentioned the porno.
Another RIP. How many of these?
Is China dead?
Yeah. Like a couple of years ago.
Oh, true.
Andre the Giant. He passed on.
Rafiki. Rikishi's definitely gone.
No, he's not.
Oh, all right.
Right,
Surely.
But no.
Oh, she did 4 years ago.
There you go. I'm all over it, mate. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Mate, good inclusion at second row, I reckon.
Yes.
Not the tallest of timber, but very athletic.
Very athletic.
Yep.
And that thick second rower that you can rely on.
Gotcha.
Belt cunts.
Yep.
China.
China.
All right, partnering up with China. I partner up with the hero himself, Hulk Hogan.
Ooh,
I just thought that is a formidable second row.
Yeah. More athletic.
You get the quiet workhorse in
Yep.
China, and you get the loud, like
Yep.
the Ebenezer
Yes,
to the
there
Victor
you go.
Matfield. You know?
And between those two, there's no tall, lumbering kind of a timber
He's
around the park.
6'7".
Oh, no, as in like non-athletic kind of.
no.
Yeah.
No, but he's the
Yeah.
He's the brash, the fucking outgoing, the crazy one.
Imagine-
Wears yellow boots, and the other
Yeah.
cunt is China.
Yeah, black
wears
boots.
black boots, hard graft.
Imagine Hulk
does the
Hogan, right,
shitters.
doing like a Martin Robinson. No, Martin Johnson. Wheeling that ruck and like yelling. You know,
Come on, brother.
Come on, brother.
To the left, brother.
And like slapping people's backs and flicking his head back and the hair's going everywhere. Come on. What about the shape Chris Hemsworth is getting himself into to play the Hulk?
Bro, is that for him to play?
Yeah.
the Hulk?
He's doing like a biography kind of thing.
Biopic.
Yeah.
Are we definitely going to watch that?
Yeah. Nude. And I bet he's just eating all the chickens. Wink. Gear. Well. Good on him, though. He's in Byron. You've got to embrace it. Ink gin.
Is Hulk at Byron at the moment?
No.
Oh,
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
Hulk Hogan, everybody.
Hulk Hogan, everybody.
But that's a formidable tight
Yeah.
five. It's a big tight five.
That's
It's a big tight five, but you still have that dynamism of Kurt Angle in there, which is really good, I think.
squirreling. Just
Squirrel.
doing work.
Speaking of squirreling, Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake Roberts. Yeah.
I think so.
I think we've talked that biography or that that documentary on his life or whatever.
What?
Have you not seen that?
No.
Oh, it's sad. It's like, I think they must have watched that, then gone, let's do a movie with Mickey Rourke called The Wrestler. Like, down and out.
Was it?
Still trying to do shows.
Oh, bless him.
Like, and trying to just want to talk to my kids. And
But he's the reason I picked him at 6.
Him
is
at
you'll,
6?
You'll see the 7 and the 8.
Gotcha.
But he is the perfect foil for the 7 and the 8 because he's that 6 who still plays when he's 38.
Yeah.
Has never had a great rig.
Yeah.
But still sort of looks the same, but his titties are a bit saggy now, but he still just fucking belts cunts and runs cunts. And he's the dude that runs them all and does this and does that and, you know, doesn't do anything flash, but he's just fucking tough as an old boot. And he's the dude who played a bit of NPC 24 years ago when he was 18 years old, and now he's fucking early 40s, still having a trundle in reserve grade type shit.
Okay. Does the snake come with him on the field?
Comes with him on tour.
Tour. Just adds to the tour.
Yeah, that's all he packs.
Gotcha.
Rocks up on the bus and they're like, "Where are your boots?" I don't have any, so everybody brings a spare pair of boots.
Still got no, brother.
He's got a snake butt.
Got a snake butt?
Snake
butt. Okay, gotcha.
But he has a snake butt.
What about those weird shits that they do? Imagine it stinging at me on the back of a bus.
Oh,
It's like a giant pigeon kind of a... It like comes out, doesn't it? Doesn't it just seep?
have you seen the footy show where that happened?
Yes! On
All over Fatty.
Fatty's shoulder. He's like,
Oh.
what's going on?
And he's like, and Gerds is like, "Whoa."
Like,
But yeah, Jake the Snake, he's the old school cat who is just a fucking lunatic.
Mate. Big time. And he's just that old battler drinking
Yeah.
scotch. And drinking scotch.
Yeah.
Drinking beers.
He literally, as soon as the game finishes, takes his shirt off and stands on the side of the field, just drinking a Jimmy and Coke.
Yeah.
Like, automatically has his shirt off.
Yeah. At like 10:30
But he
a.m.
literally has that body of the old 38-year-old back rower who just still plays.
Yeah. Good one.
All right. And partnering with him, his old-time friend, another experienced campaigner, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. The dude, that's the thing. So Jake the Snake was the hard grafting toiler. Ric Flair was the loudmouth 7 that was whoa and all this sort of shit. They've played together for years. Never like they're mates, but they don't really get along type thing because they're two different blokes.
Yin to the yang.
Yeah. But they respect the hell out of each other.
Okay, might be controversial. I never understood why. Did he think he was good looking?
What are you talking about?
Ric Flair.
Of course he's good looking. Look at him.
You know, he'd talk and he's got like that kind of buck tooth kind of a thing.
This is the Nature Boy you're talking
I know
about,
it's
bro.
the nature, but I know. I'm just saying. But he's that classic 7. Talks up a massive game. He'd be yahooing, and like someone would make.
This is Hunter.
Someone else would make a tackle and be like, yeah, woo,
Chow.
we did it, Chahoo. And just that like jive talking.
But he's got mad fucking talent to back up his
Oh
shit talk.
yeah.
But he's a fucking shit talker.
Jeans wearing, thongs plugging.
Whoa.
Yeah, but just I think I saw like a little 10-minute video on him. Some of his like speech, like like those, what do they call them? Like talk about WrestleMania in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
whatever they are. Some of his speeches with his giant, how good was Shades back in the late 70s, 80s, peak wrestling, and just some of his like, it was like champagne drinking,
They were
jet
fucking
flying,
awesome.
like, and then you go, you're like, actually that'll be pretty fucking.
Dude, he
Right?
is the ultimate.
The hype
he
man.
is one of
He's-
the biggest shit talking hype man ever.
Yeah.
It's fucking sick.
Like, even if you don't like wrestling, you're like, that guy's got pizzazz.
He's got charisma.
And he's wearing
coming
feathers
out the
and
wahoo.
like, yeah.
Yeah, that photo's so good.
It's like, look how little peacock, right?
Little Peacock.
7.
7, Ric Flair.
However, getting his head into a fucking ruck may be a bit difficult.
Yes.
About high-fiving, giving autographs, and you're like, we're still playing,
He's
bro.
the 7 who's
Rick.
sick, but like just makes sick runs and shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually pilfer.
No.
Ooh,
Wait, what else you got?
is he Captain Australia?
There you go.
So, yeah, that's Ric Flair. And then at number 8, I think rounds out a very good back row. You got the hard, toiling 6.
Yep.
You got the fucking loudmouth, precocious 7. And then at number 8,
Bill.
you've got the fucking thunder,
Big
Bill Goldberg.
Okay. So I actually watched wrestling maybe 96 to 2000.
Yeah, so
That was when I was like, how old was that? Like 13, 14, 15, kind of thing. Bill Goldberg, he was one of the very late ones to come over from WCW.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he played
NFL.
He got one game, 14, and he was injured from NFL, toiling, and then you had to play that, what do they call it, the stadium comp? Arena football. He came back from injuries, knee injuries, so he was doing powerlifting and started doing some MMA or wrestling or whatever, and Lex Luger saw him and was like, hey, man, you should be a wrestler.
You're fucking huge.
You're huge, just like me.
And he was known for his spikes as well, his fucking tackles.
Yes.
His harpoons.
Yeah.
He was sick.
So he only came into WWE for like 2 years. By that time he was already, but he was undefeated for like 12. I don't know, mate. I did some research. But Goldberg, and him, just imagine him at the back of a scrum before they're about to pack, doing that. You know, just like, I'm gonna fucking, and the 10's like, whoa.
He's like, I got 10. You're like, fuck.
Bill Gold with his goatee.
Oh yeah,
Always fresh goatee too.
Yeah, that's what sets Goldberg apart,
Mate, big time.
The goatee of power. He's like
Oi.
Samson.
And that tattoo.
Oh mama, that's good shit.
Boys.
But look at what he wore to wrestle:
Just
the
black.
padded gloves, elbow pads, knee pads, and the black fucking shorts.
Okay, can you imagine like when you're
And just hairy as chest.
yeah, when you're fully into wrestling, and somebody who has no idea about your love of wrestling, who has no idea that you support it, sits down the couch next to you and goes, "What the fuck are you watching?" And you're like, "Oh no, it's like, why is he in undies?" Like, oh, you don't understand. It's skin on skin. Like, it's better.
I don't think you get it. It's skin on skin.
Why is
Thank you
that
very
guy-
much.
What's that guy wearing? You're like, oh, don't worry about it. Fuck. Why is it so oily? Oh, so you can't get good skin contact. Like,
Duh.
slipping all over the place. Bill Goldberg, though. Geez, that's 6, 7, 8 you got.
It's fucking big back row.
That's a back row.
That's a fucking brutal back row too.
That's like the Reds 2011. Like, you got Bo Robertson is like Jake the Snake, right? Higgers.
Who's like Ric Flair.
Who's Ric Flair?
And then Goldberg. It's nothing like the Reds back row.
Well, it's
of
exactly
2011.
like it. You can't even get any more like it. Higgers, like 6.5 foot ranger, exactly like Bill Goldberg. Wait, exactly. You couldn't be more identical.
And Radiki Samo, exactly like
Rick.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah. Oh,
And I love how you said Bo Robinson like Jake the Snake. I'm like, looks exactly like Ric Flair, and you go Jake the Snake.
yeah, but Bo was more of the grafter kind of a country kind of a.
Next.
Next. That's a good pack though.
In the halves. Oh, I love this little halves pairing. RVD.
I did. Could you? Because I don't think he used to originally wrestle as RVD, Rob Van Dam, which is spelt different as well, DAM as opposed to proper. Imagine when someone goes, "Hey, you kind of look like John Claude Van Damme." It's like, "Do I?" It's like, "That's your name." And when he'd point to his bag,
RVD.
he was one of the more athletic kind of doing more
yeah.
spinsies, right?
Yeah.
Because you can tell which ones they are, and you're like, "Oh fuck, that's why." Good little nifty kind of a half.
Yeah. He reminds me of DuPont, the new fucking French halfback.
Ooh.
Not by way of appearance, but by way of that sort of halfback. A bit nuggety, a bit tough, a bit grafty, but like does that crazy shit every now and then. It seems to pull some shit out of the bag. But he used to do loose shit. Like,
Like top rope kind of flips,
fucking,
and you're like,
what was it called? Like the fucking frog stomp splash or some shit? Or
is that where they go? They splay out and hit them with like tummy on tummy.
yeah, shit. Oh, like it was.
Imagine how much they could fuck you up if you did that wrong. Or someone flicked a knee up.
Was it the frog splash? I don't know what it was.
But no, RVD, and he's got a ponytail. So, what a halfback. A little bit like Eli Pills, right?
Exactly. Rob Van Dam is Eli Pills.
I think we picked it.
He is definitely fucking... yeah. Eli Pills is Rob Van Dam.
Queensland Premier. Pillar to Post. Queensland
P2P RVD of the year.
RVD of the year. RIP? No.
Should we call the Pillar to Post Player of the Year the Rod Van Dam Memorial Trophy?
Even though he's not dead. Oi, perfect.
They're all memorial trophies. The RVD Award.
There you go.
The Rod Van
9.
Dam. That's 9. All right, at 10, partnering RVD, Chris Jericho.
Y2J. And he's in a band. Like, everything
He's
just adds
that
up.
Musical douche.
Yeah. Look at his, like...
Yeah, his Aerosmith fucking Steven Tyler sash.
Yeah. Everything just adds up as just that 10 that, like... I'm in a
Thinks it's the
band.
tits.
Yeah.
And then goes out of the town and it's like raving about how many chicks he hooks up with.
he's
He's trying to
sitting-
finger them on the DE floor and stuff.
And he's
You're
sitting
like,
in the back
"Oh,
booth
you're a
and going,
gross cunt.
you can approach. Like, in the
Yeah,
booth.
you're like, you are a gross cunt.
Why are you wearing a scarf?
And you're getting ready and you're all sitting around just pissing up at the house. And he's like, let's go out and get some fucking moodle ready. And you're like, cunt, I hate you so
You're
much.
such a gimp.
Yeah, he's a fucking gimp.
Y2J. It's like, he's a singer of like it's rock, but is it a bit Christian rock?
I think so.
But it is, right?
I think so.
And he tries to do his hair. He's still trying to cling to his, like...
Have you seen him recently?
Yeah.
A photo of him where he's like real fat with the makeup on his face.
But he's like, I'm flexing.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Which
I
one
was
you'd go.
going to, but I was like, oh, fuck. I probably should have
You
done
can't
it.
do it to him.
It's so good.
And he's been around. He's a bit of a battler, and he's starting to lose it, I reckon. But he's still got some nous about him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think, like, goes well because he's a nuggety 10, but you've got the high wire RVD
Yep.
at halfback there. I reckon RVD would hate this cunt too.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone loves RVD.
Yep.
Everyone hates Jericho. And everyone rags on RVD being like, get your boy in line. He's like, it's not my fucking boy. He's like, staying in your room. And it's like, fucking cunt.
And he picks the ball up. Like, RVD picks the ball up from the scrum. And Jericho's like, I'm going around the other way. And it's like, fucking... Did you ever used to have a 10 back in juniors that used to just... go, and you're like,
He'd pass left and he'd run right.
and you're like, what are you doing? It's like, maybe over here. It's like, you suck on that side or that side. Just fucking run it, mate.
No matter which way you run, you suck, cunt.
You suck. You're a gimp.
Chris Jericho is a fucking gimp.
Y2G. Like, yeah, to gimp. Go, quick. Who got 11? Oh, come on, please. Is it Edge? He looks very goatish there, doesn't he?
Yeah. Mate, he's still in good nick for an old-timer.
Because he used to be Christian and the Edge, right?
Hey?
Because he used to be the tag team wrestling.
Yeah, Christian and the Edge.
Christian and the Edge.
Yeah.
You're right. He's a lot wiry than I thought he was, right?
He's in good nick.
That's good for a wing.
Yeah.
He's got the long hair. Do you know much about the Edge? What's his special move?
Mate, Edge was big for a fucking long time.
No, he was.
Yeah.
Because I think they just kept that... but... However... Maybe... He's good working in a team. But as like a solo... Like if they kicked him back the ball and it's like, make your decision. Run or don't... Like, do something. Nothing.
Decision-making isn't there.
Yeah.
Athlete, 100%.
Athlete. Good support runner.
Yeah.
But is he a main is he a main show
He's
kind
a
of
winger
guy?
and that's it.
Yeah.
Like Mariki Korobetti, you don't play him anywhere by
No.
the wing.
And he might just sit out on the wing as opposed to going hunting for the ball by himself.
Yeah.
So, but...
If there's one deficiency in Edge's game, is that he doesn't go looking for work.
No. He probably rests on his laurels a bit much.
Yeah.
But, sometimes you don't need a movie star kind of winger, right?
No.
Right? Maybe you just need a good grafter, good teamwork kind of guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Is that what you think?
That what you think? All right. Now, in the centres, my favourite of all time, Eddie Guerrero.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. It was 15 years ago.
He went through quite a body transformation during his wrestling career.
Look at his lat there, just poking out the
Yep.
side, and his fucking
Trap.
traps.
Lat trap.
But look at the lat just poking out the side.
Remember when he disappeared for an injury for like 6 months and came out? He's like 25 kilos heavier.
And
like,
huge.
Oof.
I loved Eddie Guerrero,
and then 3 years later he died of a heart attack.
Yeah. How?
What are the odds, mate?
I mean, look at how muscly he is. Surely his heart was nice and
Nice
strong.
guy, right?
Apparently, he was like the nicest dude in the
family.
fucking world. Yeah, because he was from a famous Guerrero wrestling family. What was his old man's name? Goyo or some shit?
Yeah, but from a famous family.
Yeah.
Just a nice guy at 12. Great team guy. Much like the Edge. Right?
Yeah.
Yep. But will he be like, obviously he's the...
He is that he's Luke Ferry, that nuggety inside centre who just fucking goes and like would have played top grade footy if he was 6 inches taller.
Yep.
But just
plays well above his weight though.
Yeah, 100%. I loved how he used to come in with like Chavo Guerrero rocking the lowrider, driving into the fucking stadiums and shit. Legend.
Big
legend.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Eddie Guerrero. But there's your 12.
There's your 12.
And you've got to get a lot of purchase out of fucking Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, you will.
He just fucking
He'll have a heart.
goes hard.
It's massive.
Tons of ticker. He's got an enlarged heart.
Yes. He should get that checked.
But in the meantime, truck this ball up.
Right.
Gut ball.
Work harder, yeah.
Yeah.
Tuck it, mate.
And I love that he was bringing up like Rey Mysterio Jr. and shit.
Yeah.
Love Rey Mysterio Jr., man.
Who's the one that died on the...
Owen Hart.
Owen Hart. Bret Hart's brother.
Yeah, off the...
Up in the...
railing.
Yeah.
Imagine being there for that, eh?
Oof.
Oof.
Imagine. Who got 13, mate?
Randy Orton.
RKO. Randy Kenneth Orton?
Yeah. See, how funny... What I was going to say before is like... You know, you look at like Randy Orton and the roid users now, they at least make themselves look like normal humans that are just big. Yeah. Whereas like, like the Ultimate Warrior,
Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner.
With the chainmail.
And you're just like, my fucking God.
Are we even trying anymore?
They looked horrific.
Yeah.
Even the Hulkster, he was lucky he was just so tall.
Yeah.
Like he was just... he sort of looked more like they did. Whereas, like, Ultimate Warrior and shit, you're like, fuck, cunt.
Vascular.
Anyway, RKO.
Yeah, mate, 13. He'd have some interesting tackling techniques, like, how good all the memes RKO.
Yeah, imagine RKO. Randy Orton tackling, he's just running past it.
Out of nowhere.
He lets them run through. Yeah, they're like, sick, I'm in the open out of nowhere. RKO.
Just take him down. But no, he'd be good at actually, him and Eddie Guerrero would be a good combo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Big time.
However, can they work with Chris Jericho? Can anyone, though?
That's it, right? Well, that's why we've got two sides. So during possibles, probables, we might swap some guys over. We know who we're looking for.
Yeah.
This is just your chance to shine.
Maybe it's good that you got Eddie next to Jericho, because Eddie would have a cooler head, be able to deal with the rock star kind of guy. We have RKO at 13 just saying, get it fucking wide. You know, you got that 13 that's just yelling, and you're like...
Going, use your fucking eyes, cunt.
Mate, I'm next. Just chill, mate. We'll get the ball. Fucking, what's going on? You're like, just fang it out. And you're like, well, hold on. We told the forward to hit it up for 4 phases, keep it in. Now it's... What are we doing here? You know, you have that team talk. It's like, yeah, no, we're going well now. Let's fang it out. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Just because we have one good phase doesn't mean...
You're literally saying at half time, like, let's just fucking slow it down.
Slow it down.
Tight.
Keep it in
have
tight.
Have a couple pick and goes, and then a back will be like, yeah, for fuck's sake. Like, once we've done, we got to start playing. There's so much space outside. We're like,
so wide.
We literally just said we want to fucking play tight because it's not working.
Or you make one break. And instead of going, all right, we'll make a break, we go, keep going up the guts, keep going. It's like, get it out wide, but I can score out here. You're like, mate.
I hate you so much.
I hate you so much. RKO.
Randy Orton.
Yep. Okay.
Lex Luger.
I thought you would have got a current photo of Lex Luger.
Have you seen him recently?
That's why I put him at 11, because he's trimmed up nowadays.
Mate, he looks like a fucking pedophile.
Mate,
he's just like a skinny... weird-looking old man.
Mate, I think he weighs like 48 kilos from this. Jeez,
Look at that arm. Look at his right arm. Look at the veins in that right arm. My fucking God, cunt. I remember my first foray into seeing Lex Luger.
Yep.
You know, I would have been fucking 10 or 12 or whatever the fuck it was, just at a mate's place, and he's walking on a stage to this big triumphant music.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all black, and he's walking really slow, and I think it was JR's just going, Lex Luger, and he's like, 2% body fat or something, which is clearly bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's just coming on stage, and he's just raving about all it is, man.
Yeah, yeah.
The ultimate specimen, 2% body fat, and he's just fucking. Because look at how
him.
fucking big he is, mate. Mate,
Well-
he is huge.
Big time. When you talk about 2% body fat, I think Dorian Yates, remember him back in the 90s, a bodybuilder?
Mm.
He goes, yeah, the worst thing is just before the big Olympia or whatever, when he'd fully shred, like get down to like
That's when they're at their weakest.
2.5%. He goes, I'd be walking around and my feet would just fucking kill me. Like, he goes, I couldn't walk on my heels because you actually have this thin layer of fat pad underneath your heel, and that's the last thing to go. And he goes, I was bruising my heel bones walking because I had had no more fat to give, and I couldn't walk on my heels because my fucking that little fat pad had gone. He goes, that's Lex Luger, mate. That's what Dorian Yates. Yeah. Imagine that. How are your heels?
Mate.
My heels are fine.
I got shin splints, but they're starting to feel a bit better.
Maybe because you lost too much weight.
Ah, yes.
Put it back on.
Well, that's what
Doctor's orders.
Doctor's orders. Drink that Oreo pizza.
Do it. But yeah, no. If you might put up on the thing, also a picture of Lex Luger current day.
It's weird looking.
Weird looking.
Yeah, Lex Luger on one wing. I thought he'd go well in a side with Edge on the other. Edge is more of the athlete.
Yeah.
He's more of the bruiser in the team.
Stiff kind of a runner though.
Yeah.
Like no good
Straight
on the
up and
high
down,
ball.
good as gold.
Yep.
That's why I had Edge there as well.
Gotcha.
Because you get more of the
Yeah,
athleticism
he'd
from
be.
Edge. This guy's got
tuck
more
it
of
and
that
run.
tough game
Yep.
breaker ability, whereas Edge is the actual ball player.
Yep.
Stuff like
Gotcha.
that.
Good one.
Thank you.
Wait,
I
congratulations.
keep forgetting we've got to rope it back to footy somehow.
Yeah, I know. Wait, do we?
It is not a rugby podcast. All right, and at fullback, the Ultimate Warrior.
Jeez, we got some good body fat count. in
Mate,
this bag.
look at how fucking huge he is, man. Look at the shorts on old mate standing there.
Is that on there? Nice. I don't understand what they are.
It's like a woman in a card and shit.
Oh, and
But
look
mate, look at the Ultimate Warrior.
at the ring pads, the WWF. That symbol, I love that.
That's so
Back
sick.
in the
eh?
day. Could you imagine the boots that he'd wear? Like, oh god, mate.
Oh, the footy
Turn
boots.
it down.
Yeah, he wears those boots with spikes in them.
Yeah. Imagine the coach going, all right, guys, there's no superstars in our team. And like,
As he walks out of the toilet cubicle going, what? As he's painting his face.
okay, question. Did he used to do the exact same thing every time, or did he change it
change
up?
up
Or?
every now and then, yeah.
Gotcha.
Depends on what he's wearing. Like, he doesn't wear that.
Depends what goes with his undies.
Yeah,
right?
that kit is fucking ridiculous, but fucking ridiculous, man.
Was he also a bit of a high flyer as well, or a lot of arms and legs? And
Oh no, he did some cool shit. Like it wasn't like the flipping and stuff you see from RVD, but aerial specialist.
Aerial
got Up,
specialist.
did some cool shit.
there you go, good at fullback, just like your uncle.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
Same build
exact same
as
build.
Marno. Yeah,
Exact
Oi,
same build.
pretty much identical.
I think they
One
look
and the same,
exactly the
right?
same. I'd
Take
take that face paint off.
Don't know.
We're like, what, Greg? And he's like, yes, my hidden shame. I was the Ultimate Warrior.
Hidden shame.
But the Ultimate Warrior, man.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking good.
So 80s as well, right?
So 80s.
Mate. That's a good 1 to 15 you got.
Oh, mate, you
And
should
we've-
see the actual the actual fucking probable side.
Yeah.
It is fucking sick. Fucking sick. Hey, have you seen the video of the introduction of the Shockmaster?
What's the Shockmaster?
So, back in like late 80s, early 90s or something, there's like Sid Vicious and a couple other guys like doing this fucking, and they built up this character known as the Shockmaster for like weeks and weeks on end, right? And they're talking, they're doing their preamble, arguing with each other and shit, and they're like, well, this is our tag team partner, the Shock Master, and it goes, and he's meant to bust through this wall, and he busts through, and like there's something above it, doesn't go through, fucking trips over, his helmet falls off, puts it back on, and his helmet is like an old, the Star Wars stormtroopers. It's that big glitter, and he's wearing a cape, and he's meant to be like talking over the loudspeaker. It's just so fucked.
The audio doesn't line up with him.
It's so bad.
Who was it?
The Shockmaster, man.
The Shockmaster.
Oh, bro. Fucking Google it, man. Like, it is so fucking funny, man. And there's even like this video where like Bill Burr, Patrice O'Neill, and Opie and Anthony on the Opie and Anthony show watch it, and they're just fucking losing their shit because he's like, dude, like no one falls off. And you can hear people ragging him on a hot microphone behind and shit.
What is this shit?
So fucking funny, man.
I'm sure he's probably in the probable list. But when the lights would go out, and you'd hear the doomsday bells go.
Dum,
dum,
for
dum.
Sting.
No, for The Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
And you just knew shit's about to go down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, imagine instead of playing...
The sick one was Sting where it'd go dark and it's like, rah, rah, with the crow, and you're like, oh, what have I done?
Oi! Did Goldust make it in?
Goldust.
What a weirdo.
What a fucking weirdo.
Like, all the other guys go, yeah, big athletic guy, fucking this and that, like
and
small.
he had like
and
a
you're
weird-ass body.
And he had a tummy, and you're like, what is this? What is happening here? Just a creep. Like, don't touch me. That's how he wins, because it's like, I'm going to get you.
This is Goldust. I'm going to get you.
Good 1 to 15, mate.
Oh, well, we've still got a couple.
Oh.
So, at 16,
Oh.
Ellen.
What position do you reckon Ellen would play?
She's just there just in case you need her.
Probably in the backs, because she's a backstabber. Oh, that was vicious.
Oof.
Oof.
Oofty goofty.
But probably the backs, because she's...
Yeah, because she's a bit smaller.
Yep.
And then, so, we were talking about before about the fact that we had 6 hookers. Now, a lot of the time, hookers are like back rowers come hookers, or they're hookers to play in the back row and stuff like that. So the 2 that I didn't select, I thought, they'd be great to come off the bench. So the 2 that I selected for mine were out and out starting hookers, and the other 2 for mine can play in the back row.
Gotcha.
They fill a few holes. So the one in the possible side is John Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah. Relentless Aggression era John Cena as well. Yeah, the early 2000s. Him, Brock Lesnar.
Well, he's doing his rap and stuff.
Bro. Check him out. That is fucking sick, kid. That is actually fucking sick, kid.
You get paid to wear that.
I'd love to. I would fucking pay money to wear that.
His finishing move was the attitude adjustment.
And then he's like reinvented himself as like the all-American hero. And
that's right.
You can't see me.
You do that? With his hand across his face?
Yeah, you can't. So he'd jump over.
Yep.
Jump
yeah.
over,
You
stop,
do too, and that.
Go, you can't see me. What does?
What does?
Yeah. Wrestling is sick.
It is sick. Correct. Movie star now.
Huge movie star. Massive movie star.
Not a bad actor.
Not a good actor either.
He's not. All right. He's not a terrible actor. Oh, give me that.
Yeah, we'll pay that.
Yeah. Good impact, and he's fit too. Right, so he'll come in and just blast him. Second half kind of thing.
But that's the thing. Can play hooker, can play 6, can play 8, 7, 6, 7, 8.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, because it is the relentless aggression era, John Cena, he's still young, finding his feet, learning from Kurt Angle. Modern day John Cena, maybe gets a starting Guernsey, but you know, he's just learning. And look at him, he's a little fucking cunt.
Yeah,
he's an arrogant little fucker.
Doesn't follow rules.
Nah.
Like, yeah.
Plays by his own rules, baby.
You old fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't see me. And he'd rap, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
but like spoken word rap.
Oh, horrific.
Which is the best, what? The best type of rap.
Right.
If you think that you stand a chance, I don't know, because you fill your pants. And you're like, yeah. And
I was like, yeah. And he's like, coming over here tonight. Yeah. Everyone's like, yeah. And he's like, gotta get in a fight. I was like, wow. This is terrible.
Yeah. Attitude, though.
All right, well, that rounds out the possible side for the World Wrestling Superstar Tour 15. Next week, we're going to be bringing you the probables, and we're going to be getting them toe-to-toe, and we cannot wait. Give us a follow, Facebook, Instagram, email, all that sort of shit. Big Fat Darc, thanks for joining us.
Jaybor, thanks for having me.
Thanks very much. We'll see you next week.
Yep.